Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you guys had a awesome Christmas. I know I did. Got to spend time with friends and family and loved ones. Ate a lot of food, too much damn food. Still eating too much food. That's all right. Had a good time. Um, Drove north of here, spent some time with family and loved ones. A lot of driving in the rain. 60-degree weather in Ohio, rainy. So weird for Christmas time, but I'm blessed that I got to do it clean. Second Christmas clean. Freaking amazing. You talk about the blessings of recovery. Hey, Patty. Hope you're having a good day too. Hope you had a good holiday. I been relaxing today, practicing self care, being lazy, sitting around the house, not really doing a whole lot, taking naps. I got to go back to work tomorrow and put in the work, participate in my recovery. I miss it actually, man. I miss going to work. It's first time in a long time I've been blessed with an awesome job uh, where I get to help other people and be a service daily, which is freaking amazing. Oh, 2 days away from surgery. You're in my thoughts and prayers. I know I heard you share the other day in a meeting about that, and I knew it was coming up. And I'm glad you reminded me so I can pray for you. You can do this. You're strong. You turn it over to something greater than yourself. You know you'll get through it. We can get it. We can get through anything with that, right? It's actually part of one of my topics tonight. I'm going to bring up a couple readings, man. I was on Against the Odds webpage just a minute ago and was reading something that one of their admin had posted, and it really hit home. It made a lot of sense, and I thought it was awesome enough to share. So I'm going to share it. Let me bring it up. And if you guys haven't visited Against the Odds, um, Phil Tyler's page, visit it. It's an awesome page. We support one another. Um, the more we share, the more we get these messages out there, people, the more we can help. And that's what it's all about. 36. I think it's in the 40s today here. Let me bring this up. I'm not for sure which one I'm going to share first. Yeah, it's going to bring me a picture up, but no, it's not. Of course, it's not. Nope, that's not the one. There it is. I'll bring this one up. This was a perspective of the day, which I thought was absolutely awesome. It says, the thing is, we don't know what's waiting for us tomorrow. Ironic that Patty just shared this. Um, we all have, and we all know this right now. So please don't waste your energy staying angry or thinking that you're not worth it or living in the past or in the future or worrying about the things you cannot control. I'm going to throw that in there. Love yourself, your friends, and your family with all your heart right now. Have fun. Don't postpone your life for tomorrow. Live it today. Man, I can't stress that enough. I say this all the time. Tomorrow is never promised. So live life to its fullest today. That's all we have. It's today. I can't worry about the woulda, coulda, shouldas yesterday. Can't worry about them tomorrow. So I just try to stay in the moment and go after those daily opportunities that present themselves daily, day in and day out. Live it today. It says, and most importantly, don't worry about what other people think of you or your journey. Amen. It doesn't matter. I have to remind myself daily to keep the focus on myself and my recovery. Keep my recovery and me first and set that boundary and not worry about what everybody's thinking, saying, or doing because it doesn't matter. You can't save your face and your ass at the same time. I say that all the time. I have to keep myself number one. Says they have no clue, which is so true. So enjoy it with the ones who truly matter. I have to keep myself first, like I said. I have to keep myself first in my recovery. And yeah, there we go. Now I can see the screen again. Um, keep myself first and keep the focus on me and set that boundary because I can't be Captain Save a Bro or Captain Save a all the time. I just can't do it. I'm only one person. And when I lose focus on myself, that's a red flag for me. And I know that I'm going to get myself in trouble. It happens 10 times out of 10. I put too much on my plate. I overwhelm myself. I get ahead of myself and I lose focus on my recovery. I lose focus on myself. So live life to its fullest, guys. Take advantage of what's presented, that opportunity that my higher power puts in front of me daily, day in and day out, and chase it like you chased your drug of choice, no matter what it was. Go after it 110% and stay vigilant. There's days where I wake up and I just don't want to do it. I just want to crawl back into that hole of depression and anxiety and fear. It's just a blessing that today it's a thought. And it's a thought that I can share honestly about. It's a thought that I can share and talk about with other people that love and understand me and can help me through that process, and just share honest. Share where you're at. If you're struggling, share. There are others out there that will love and support you and help you through whatever you're dealing with. It's a proven fact. This other reading that I have, let me bring it up, which kind of goes with the 12-step program that I work, daily meditation and reading. You guys know what that symbol means. You know what fellowship I'm in. Let me bring this up here real quick. It's an awesome t-shirt I got for a Christmas present too. Thanks to the little gnome sitting next to me. If you guys know the little gnome, you know who I'm talking about. She said I'm welcome. You're welcome. All right, let me bring this up. Let's see. All right. This one's pretty awesome too. Never failing power, which to me is my higher power and having trust and faith. Says as we learn to trust this power, we begin to overcome our fear of life. I can remember those days. I was fearful. I struggled with anxiety and depression, mental health struggles. It was simply easier for me to put my drug of choice on whatever I was struggling with, my fears, my worries of where I'm getting the next one, which couch I was going to surf onto this day. Says we are people accustomed to placing all of our eggs in one basket. Many of us had one particular DOC of choice, drug of choice. That was our favorite. We relied on it to get us through the day and then to make that life bearable. That's what I'm talking about. Masking that pain, masking those struggles, masking those fears. We were faithful to that drug. In fact, we committed ourselves without resentment. And that was me daily, day in and day out for over 20 years of my life. Because it was easier to use. It was easier not to apply myself. And it was easier not to put in the work and just be lazy. And then it turned on us. Then we had been betrayed by the only thing that we had ever depended on. And that betrayal left us floundering. For me, it left me in a vicious cycle of hell. The bottom you hear everyone talk about, I would throw a grenade in there and keep digging, I'd be down there with grenades and a shovel. I just kept digging deeper and deeper and deeper. My drug of choice never did me anything but make me and keep me miserable for a long, long time. Despite that small glimmer of relief that at times it gave me, it was short found. It just never lasted, and it came back tenfold every time. Because now that we've stumbled into the rooms of recovery, we may be tempted to rely on another human being to meet our needs, or a higher power, something greater than ourselves, that therapeutic value, the beauty of the WE program, getting outside of yourself. We may expect this from our sponsors, our lover, our best friend, but dependence on a human being, it's risky. Says they fall short of perfection. None of us are perfect. I'm nowhere near it. I make mistakes all the time. Says they may be on vacation, sleeping, in a bad mood, when we need to talk to them. I mean, these are things that are all true. That's why it's talking about not putting all your eggs in one basket. Says our dependence must be or must rest on a power greater than ourselves. That trust and faith in something greater than ourselves I talk about all the time. I choose God. If you don't, that's okay. Just something greater than yourself, getting out of your own way, not relying on yourself uh, for the suggestions and answers and the help that I knew I needed when I was in active addiction. I still need it today, guys. No human force can restore our sanity, care for our will of our lives, or be unconditionally available and loving whenever we are in need. We place our trust in the God of our understanding, whatever that may be. It doesn't necessarily have to be God, just a good, orderly direction. For that power will never fail us. It will. I will place my trust on a power greater than myself. Only for that power will never let me down. You know, one of the greatest powers, I just shared this in a meeting earlier. One of the greatest powers or tools that I have in my personal recovery toolbox is the rooms of whatever program I work, or you work, I should say. Mine, I'm going to say it, it's Narcotics Anonymous. I use the rooms of NA, me personally, is my power tool by working the steps, by reaching out to a sponsor, by reaching out to the people in the rooms that love and understand me. Um, but I can't rely on that all the time. There's going to be times where I can't get to a meeting. There's going to be times where I have to pick up that damn telephone and make a phone call. There's going to be times where I need the journal. There's going to be times when I have to say to the Serenity Prayer time and time and time again just to get me through that second, through that minute, through that day, whatever I'm struggling with. I can't stress enough how important it is to have as many tools in your toolbox, a go-to, a fallback, if your normal go-to is not available. And that's what it's talking about, not putting all your eggs in one basket and having a backup plan. I know I do, and I have to use them daily sometimes. I get triggered at times when I'm driving. I can be going to work and be sitting at a traffic light and see something going on in the streets in Dayton, or just pass somebody or see a familiar car. And it reminds me of things that I used to do. Um, it's just a blessing in recovery that the longer I stay in recovery and the more that I use these tools in my toolbox and stay in the solution and not the mess, these feelings pass. They don't hang out like they used to in my head. I can switch that negative thinking and that negative thought process into a positive one rather quickly now. And I can't stress that enough. Having that attitude of gratitude has helped me tremendously, and changing my thought process from getting out of that stinking thinking. Because I know up here, I'm in trouble. I break out in handcuffs 10 times out of 10 when I take my will back and run on self will and not my higher powers. I'm in trouble. I do dumb stuff. I make stupid decisions, and I get in trouble every single time. But I also have control issues. I have a bunch of character defects that like to combat that daily. Ego, pride, fear, control, oh, I can just do it one more time, or oh, I'll just do it later. I procrastinate. I put things off. I'm an overthinker. I'm an overanalyzer. I'm a planner. I'm a people pleaser. I could go on and on and on. I have every flipping character defect out there, and I struggle with them daily. But the longer I stay in my program and I don't put all my eggs in my basket and I apply myself and I reach out and I use these recovery tools that I have and I pick them up and I use them, they've always been there for me. I was just too flipping lazy to pick them up. I would never pick them up. I wouldn't apply myself. I wouldn't put in the work. I wouldn't stay vigilant in my recovery because I was lazy, and it was easier just to mask the pain of my addiction, my mental health struggles, my anxieties, my chronic depression with my DOC, just to forget it for a few seconds, a few minutes, and then an hour or two later be sitting in a motel room or in whatever room I was in, pissed off because I was broke and I just burned up an $800 paycheck. How many of you guys have been there? Boy, I have. You talk about that vicious cycle of insanity time and time and time again. Couldn't wait till payday. Couldn't wait till payday. And then 3 hours after I got pay and I got that notification on my phone, I was broke as hell. Miserable, man. It was just absolutely miserable. It's so much easier, guys, to use those recovery tools and to reach out and ask for help and participate in your recovery daily. I don't care what the struggle is. I don't care if the dog's neighbor's barking and it's pissing you off. Reach out and ask for help. If you're struggling no matter what it is. People can help you. That's why I love sharing. That's why I stress sharing so much. I used to feel super uncomfortable coming into the rooms, because I felt like there's no way people could understand me. There's no way these people know what I'm talking about. And they did. And there was just something that I saw in some of these people because, they were smiling, they were happy, they were laughing, they were hugging on one another, they were drinking coffee. It's like I wanted what these guys wanted, but I was still really unsure. And the more I kept coming back, the more I kept coming around, the more I kept hearing those damn sayings in the rooms that keep coming back. And it works if you work it. It started to make sense. That seed that an old timer planted and was practicing step 12, thank God, when I came into the rooms, started to grow. It took me almost 20 years. It took 20 years for it to sprout and to break ground, but thank God that it did. And now I know how to work use, I should say, the recovery tools in my toolbox and not put all my eggs in one basket. I'm hard on myself. I beat myself up. I'm my own worst critic, self-worth, value, depression. I still, to this day, when people give me compliments to say, "Hey, you're doing a good job. Keep it up. We really appreciate you." Just something positive. I'm always second guessing what they're really thinking, or they're just saying that to be nice, or there's an ulterior motive behind it. I really struggle with taking compliments, guys. I really do. I really, really do. That's right. Service is where I see the growth in others. I'll put that up, Patty. That's awesome. Patty said, service is where I see the growth in others, but also in myself. And she's got to eat dinner. What's for dinner, Patty? Come on, I know you're still listening. I love you. You're in my thoughts and prayers for sure. I hope you guys get something out of these. I really do. I really enjoy doing them. I still get super nervous coming on here and doing these. And, thank God for the people that love and care and support me. Thank God for each and every one of you guys that give me that inspiration daily, that post on the page, and post your experience, strength, and hope. It's awesome. Whether you've got 30 seconds clean or you got 1 day or 10 years clean, I love hearing and seeing those posts. Please continue to post in the pages, guys. Share the streams. You just never know who's struggling out there or what they're going through or who may need to hear something that I may have said. Sometimes I feel like I ramble, and I know I do. I've been rambling for 20 minutes now and I lose track of time really quick. That's just me. I'm passionate today and I participate in my recovery and I absolutely love doing it. The goal and objective for me isn't to get as many people to follow the page. It's to help save a life. And hopefully this message will reach somebody out there that may need to hear it. That's where my heart lies, guys. And I hope yours does too. I love you guys. I appreciate everybody listening tonight and participating in our shut up. She's sitting right next to me. I appreciate everybody participating in your recovery and my recovery. I love each and every one of you guys. You're all loved. You're all wanted. I care about you. If you guys are struggling, please reach out. If you're part of other recovery networks, if you're a part of mine, please reach out. Send me a message. I will try to help in any way I possibly can. Hope everybody has a good night. I'm going to hit another meeting here shortly as soon as I fill my stomach up because I am extremely hungry and I have been eating too much. I hope you guys have a safe and happy holiday this upcoming New Year's. You'll probably hear me share about this a little bit more later in the week. Have an exit strategy, guys. I know New Year's is a big using holiday, notorious for alcohol, notorious for drugs, notorious for shady activities. Protect yourself. If you're going to be in an environment where you might possibly be in danger, A, do what I do, don't put yourself in it. Or B, if you have to go and you want to be there for other people to support them or whatever the situation is, have an exit strategy. Protect yourself. Set that healthy boundary. Know when enough's enough and keep yourself number one. I love you guys. We will catch you later. Everybody have a good night.